Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Let's talk about Nacho Monreal. Kind of confusing as well, if I'm being honest, because some reports are going around saying that his contract has been terminated. Other reports are saying that he's out of contract and his contract expired on the 30th of June. Now, when Arsenal released a list of players that were out of contract, he wasn't on that. Good afternoon, everyone in the chat. Good afternoon, VP. At least you got a notification this time around, mate. But yeah, Nacho Monreal wasn't on the list of players that had been released from the club. But reports in Spain and now in England are suggesting that he has terminated his contract mutually, and he is heading back to Spain, with Real Sociedad being the likely destination. Now, obviously, Celtic, we're linked with Kieran Tierney. They have got a guy called Bolly and Bombo currently at their Celtic Park Stadium. He's undergoing a medical and he is about to sign for about £3.5 million. Now, is that the replacement for Kieran Tierney? I don't know. They've got another left back called Gjorgjievski. He's out of contract. He has left the club. He was their backup left back. So is he coming in as replacement for him and back up to Tierney? But the fact that he's there, he's having a medical, he's signing terms, he's doing the deal, and the fact that this news has dropped about 3 or 4 hours ago about Nacho Monreal suggest things are taking a turn for the good. And like I said, listen, Arsenal announced a list of players that were out of contract: Aaron Ramsey, Petr Cech, Lichtsteiner, and Danny Welbeck, and then Cohen Bramall and a couple of other youth teamers. But Nacho Monreal was not on that list. But if you check certain websites to see his length of contract, his contract expired a few days ago on the 30th of June at midnight. Other reports say that we gave him a 1-year contract extension and he's just basically agreed to terminate that and move. So I'm not completely sure whether he's out of contract or whether he's actually decided to terminate his contract with Arsenal mutually. But either way, it looks like Nacho Monreal is no longer an Arsenal player and he is heading back to Spain, which means that Kolasinac is staying at the club, because we're not going to get rid of Kolasinac as well. Otherwise, that means we have to go and buy 2 left backs because we have no other left backs at the club. Kieran Tierney, personally, I've said all summer, I think that deal will get done. And I think it will be done within the next week or so. But I don't know. Listen, they're signing the left back. He's at their ground right now. He's going from Austria, I think it is, a club in Austria, to Celtic. And obviously Nacho Monreal is leaving the club. Whether that's mutually, whether that's out of contract, I don't know. I don't work for the club. I don't have any information other than what I read on the internet. So yeah, is Nacho Monreal terminating his contract, or is he actually out of contract? Nobody knows other than Nacho Monreal and his family and Arsenal Football Club. Good afternoon, Sergio. Morning to you, watching you at university. Thank you very much. Do not get caught. I don't want to get you in trouble. What do you think about people calling Nacho overrated? Well, that brings me on to my next point. Thank you for that, Connor. Listen, Nacho Monreal's been here for 6 years. He's played a hell of a lot of games for Arsenal, over 200 games, I think it is. And I think he's been one of our most consistent players. I think that, yes, he's declined massively, especially last season. But the season before, you could see he was kind of on his way out. I think that playing him at centre-back, and he played 35 games or took part in 35 games last season. 16 of them were at centre-back, which, come on, let's be real, he ain't a centre-back. Everyone targeted him. Everyone was going, right, let's go down Nacho's side. Let's go down that left side. So the decline is real, and Arsenal are right to move him on. So, listen, he's been a very good player for us, probably since he joined, probably our most consistent player in that 6 years. I think that he scored some big goals. You know, he's scored at Old Trafford before. He scored in the Cup semi-final. That was a mad goal. That was like Roberto Carlos all over again, man. That wound back the years from Roberto Carlos days when he come flying in back stick and volleyed one in to get it back to 1-1 after Aguero had scored. So that year we obviously went on and won it. And he was a main part of that. You know, without his goal in the semi, we wouldn't have kicked on and got Alexis's winner and gone on to go and win the final against Chelsea. So, but listen, consistent. Yes, I'd rate him maybe 7.5 out of 10 since he's been here. I think he's been decent since he's been here. But this season he has massively fallen off the wagon. Like I think it was Renaway. Renaway's having a little tantrum up in their corner flag. They break away and score where he should be. You know, he's just standing there flapping his arms around like, oh my God, I can't believe I've lost the ball and you didn't pass them. Yeah, this season he has massively declined. So, you know, I think it's a right move. I think he should go now. I think, he's 33 years old. I think it's time to move him on. But very, very good player for Arsenal over the last 6 years, and good luck to him wherever he does go. I think it is going to be Real Sociedad. So yeah, good luck to him. But it's time to say goodbye. Thanks for the goal against Man City. Thanks for the memories over the years. But it is time to say goodbye. And you've been a decent player since you've been here. One of the only ones in the last 6 years that can hold his hands up and say he played well consistently. You know. But yeah, there we go. We move on. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Kieran Tierney is going to come in. Like I said, they've got Bolly and Bombo at their Celtic Park Stadium right now. He's about to undergo a medical £3.5 million deal. Is that the backup to him, to Tierney, or is that the replacement for Tierney? Because Milad Mohammadi has gone somewhere else. Can't remember the name of the club he's signed for, but he was linked with Celtic all summer. He has actually gone somewhere else. And Bombo is about to sign for them, but obviously his Aguirre is left. So is that the backup? Because if he isn't a backup, then Celtic need another left back. We could maybe do a swap deal for Kolasinac. I don't know, just throwing it out there. But yeah, it's all looking like we're moving forward. It's looking like we're trying to get rid of some of these older players that are no longer required at the club. And it looks like we are trying to get Kieran Tierney done and dusted. And to be honest, I think it will be done and dusted. And, you know, Celtic fans can be as salty as they want. I think that will be done by the end of this transfer window. I don't know why they're getting so aggy over it. At the end of the day, we're a massive football club. We're in the Premier League, more exposure, more chance of getting Champions League and qualifying for it than they have. They get into the knockout rounds and get kicked out and go Europa League and get kicked out of that. So, listen, what do? Do you stay and get 9 in a row or 10 in a row or whatever it is? Do you win another treble, a quadruple treble? Or do you come to the Premier League and try and better yourself? I don't know. Listen, money talks in football. We need to go in for Ben Chilwell, says Sergio. Problem with Ben Chilwell is his price tag's about £80 million or £60 million because he's on such a long contract. I think he signed an 8-year contract with Leicester. So Kieran Tierney for half or a third of the price is probably better business. And listen, he's a fantastic left back and he will massively, massively improve us. So let's hope we get that done. Let's hope it crosses the line, and let's hope in the next 7 days or so we're all buzzing because we've signed Kieran Tierney, while Celtic fans are all in meltdown because one of their owners left. But listen, I've said before on a previous stream, Celtic's total revenue streams are £100 million. The fact that they're going to get a quarter of that off of one player, which, by the way, will be their biggest record fee out of the club, which previously was Moussa Dembele to Lyon for 20 million or 19 million. So we're gonna beat that record. That is their biggest sale out of the club. That's one quarter of their income. So for Celtic, it's massive. For Kieran Tierney, it's massive. It's a bigger league, a better league. He's going to raise his game. He's going to test himself against some of the best players in the world. And for us, it's better because we've got a better left back, the best left back at the club. So hopefully it gets done. All the reports are suggesting it's close. So yeah, we shall see. We shall see what happens. And listen, just coming back to Nacho Monreal very quickly. Like I said, I think he's been a very good player for Arsenal, probably our most consistent player since he joined the club. So good luck to him. Hope he does well over in Spain. Going to Real Sociedad from what I've read. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but we shall see. Anyway, that's my 10 minutes on Nacho Monreal. Please put a like on the video. 600 people watching, not even 100 likes. And let's do 10 minutes worth of your comments, and then I'm going to get out of it. I will be back at 9 o'clock tonight. I'll do a stream again at 9, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Very, very close, that close to 20k. So big up every single one of you that subscribed. So thank you very much. Also, for the latest subscribers, there's been about 500 in the last couple of days. And anyone who hasn't watched yesterday's stream, you can minimize this, go to my community post and go and vote on the name for the podcast. 2 bland, boring names, but there you go. It's up to you guys what the name of the podcast will be. So go and do that whilst you're on the stream. You don't have to close me down and completely shut me off. You can do it whilst you're watching me or listening to me, and then you can maximize it back to full screen again. So yeah. Right, let's read some of these comments. Who would you rather sell, Monreal or Kolasinac? Well, Monreal's going, mate. So we're stuck with Kolasinac, Edan. We're stuck with him, mate. I would have got rid of Kolasinac and kept Monreal as backup, because I think Monreal's a better defender than Kolasinac, and we get more money for him for Kolasinac. So Charles Watts has just confirmed that Monreal hasn't terminated anything. Well, I don't know whether, I haven't seen his tweet, but I don't know whether he's out of contract. Every outlet out there says his contract is until 2019, June the 30th. But a lot of reports over in Spain are suggesting that we've mutually agreed to terminate his contract. So I don't know. Lee, how about raiding Newcastle? We should get Almiron, Lascelles and Shah. They would probably get relegated anyway and won't want to stay. Do you know what? I kind of feel sorry for Newcastle fans, you know. Listen, I've been to Newcastle last season. Up in the clouds, you have to walk about 20 flights of stairs to get to your seat. And then I was very back row in the upper tier. I was absolutely worn out by the time I took my seat. But Almiron, all day long, absolute baller. Lascelles, I'm not sure whether he can step up, and Shah the same. But listen, they're mad on football in Newcastle, and big up every Newcastle fan, because they are crazy in that town. Wicked night out as well. So anyone who's got a chance to go to Newcastle away, first game of the season, do it. Stay in a hotel and go and enjoy Newcastle nightlife, because it is crazy. Make sure you take some form of photographic ID, otherwise you ain't getting into any nightclub up there though, because they scan your ID when you go in. Ingars says, what about Ricardo Pereira at right back? Good player. I can't see him leaving Leicester right now though, if I'm being completely honest. But good player, very good player. Rodri has signed for Man City, says Alex. I think he has as well. I think Atletico tweeted it out. So, yeah, they've just got themselves a top draw midfielder, mate. So, another 60-odd million pound. Yeah, if only we were Man City, eh? It must be a joy to watch that every week and know that your club are going to go out and blitz like stupid money every summer. What is happening with Tierney, says Rashid Arab. Well, they're just about to sign a left back, Bolly and Bombo from, I think it's Austria Vienna in Austria. I think that's the club he's going from. But they're about to sign him for about £3.5 million. Apparently, Nacho Monreal is leaving Arsenal. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Listen, I've just read a couple of reports in the last 3 or 4 hours, and apparently Nacho Monreal is leaving the club. So it all sort of steers towards the fact that we are going to sign Kieran Tierney. They're signing a left back, although Izagirre has left Celtic. His contract expired, so they do need a backup left back. But so do we. We need a left back to come in. We've now only got one if Monreal leaves. So I don't know. We shall find out in the next week or so whether Kieran Tierney is an Arsenal player. Personally, I think he will be. I've said it all summer. I think that would be a done deal. I think it's just Arsenal and Celtic are trying to battle it out over how much money and how much add-ons, but that will get done. Taib, thank you very much for your donation, my friend. Appreciate that. Georgie, the Leicester fan, says Maguire has not said he wants to leave. Mate, he ain't going anywhere unless you get 85 million. So, you know, he ain't worth 85 million. So he's staying at Leicester. Have we bid for Lewis Dunk, says the Arsenal fan. Not sure, mate, to be honest with you. Hello from Nepal. Hello, mate. Hope you're well. Sell Ozil, get Bale. Says Aiden Hassan. Mate, I'd take Bale, but he's probably got a no Arsenal clause in his contract from when Tottenham sold him. Sheldon Zhong, good evening from Malaysia. Evening, mate. Will you buy an Ozil sub? Stop winding me up, man. Seriously. I was 5 foot in front of Mesut Ozil against Man City away last season. Man City at home, first game of the season, yeah? In the underground car park at the Emirates. I stayed in the car, bruv. Yeah? The security guard knows me. He watches the videos and that, yeah? Yeah, I won't divulge his name because that's wrong. But he actually stopped Ozil from going out the underground car park and made the traffic on the Hornsey Road go, because they're on mics, walkie-talkies and that, so they like direct the traffic, yeah? He actually stopped and gave me the heads up that Ozil was coming around the corner of the underground car park. Yeah, I just sat in the car. I don't want a picture with him. Would you take Fekir, says BM? Probably not, if I'm being honest. I think he's got some sort of injury problem, which is why Liverpool swerved it back end as he was undergoing medicals and stuff like that. So probably not, but 30 million is quite cheap because he's only got a year left. But I think that injury, nah, not for me. I think there's something not quite right with him, because if it was right, he'd be a Liverpool player. Why don't we loan them Titty, says Karen Macchiani. Loan with a view to buy would be decent. Sam McPherson says, who's your dream signing? Messi. All jokes aside, we ain't ever signing Messi. So realistic signing, I wouldn't say dream. Well, actually, no, dream signing, Koulibaly. Aubameyang is extremely quiet on Instagram. Is he leaving? Probably not. Probably jet setting around the world. Every time I see his Insta, he's on another private jet flying to somewhere exotic. But that leads me on to the next thing I was going to speak about for a few minutes here. Is Unai Emery still alive? I've not heard anything from our manager all summer. Literally not a single thing from Unai Emery. Is he still an Arsenal manager? Not seen a single quote, not seen a single interview. And that seems a little bit weird. I would have thought that he might have put something out there, maybe in the Spanish press. I might be wrong. I might have missed it, but I haven't seen anything from Unai Emery. Ilias says Unai's on holiday. Yeah, probably enjoying the holiday before he gets absolutely dog's abuse next season if we do shit. Because that's what's going to come to him, unfortunately, because we're the most impatient fan base on the planet. Would you take Jack Grealish, says Don? No, I wouldn't. I don't think he's good enough, mate. All hype. Wait for the match on Saturday, says Vizard. Yeah, we've got Boreham Wood, I think it is, on Saturday, haven't we? Everyone who's joined late, apparently Nacho Monreal and Arsenal have agreed to terminate his contract. But on the flip side of that, apparently his contract run out in June. So I'm not too sure. Unai is planning on how to deal with Mesut Ozil next season, says Sergio. Thanks again for your donation, mate. The easiest way to deal with Mesut Ozil is stick him in the reserves and tell him he's staying there all season. And if he's really all about playing football, he'll leave. If he ain't, he'll become a mercenary. Well, every footballer's a mercenary, but he will stay and quite happily take the 350 bags a week. VJ says, would you take Ceballos? No, I wouldn't. I don't think him or Vasquez from Madrid are good enough. Unai is in the Basque Country, says Marco. Probably enjoying this holiday. I'll be in Spain in about 10 days from now. I'll be enjoying my holiday. Are you going Saturday, says Charlie? Do you know what? I haven't got a ticket, but I might still go. I'm not sure yet. I'm undecided, mate. I might take my little girl with me, my daughter. So I don't know yet. I'll see what happens. Emery is a great manager. Benching Ozil equals strength, says Rabba. Do you know what, right? I love how triggered everyone was when he benched him. Yeah, when he come out. Like, listen, I've wanted a manager to do that for a very long time. And he's not good enough anymore. I don't care what anyone says about Ozil. All you ever get is stats and pie charts, and he's a World Cup winner. Well, Mustafi's a World Cup winner. Cleverson's a World Cup winner. I don't care how many assists he's got. I don't care whether he can thread a ball through an eye of a needle. He don't do it often enough. So You know, it's not 2012 anymore. It's 2019, and he ain't required. He's surplus to requirements. Ronan Smith says Spurs smashing Arsenal. Well, last season they didn't beat us in the league at all. So I don't know what you mean, mate. And if Aubameyang had buried that penalty in stoppage time, we would have beaten you twice. Do you agree that Lewandowski is overrated, disappears in big games? Lewandowski is overrated, but he's a very good player. But he is overrated, I agree. Do you think the club don't rate Nketiah, which is why they bought Martinelli? I don't think Unai Emery rates Nketiah, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out on loan. And do you know what? It'll probably do him a favour, and it might even do Arsenal a favour. There's a reason Chelsea let Nketiah go. Yeah, and we got him for peanuts. And in fact, I don't think we even paid a penny for him. So, you know, he's hardly played a handful of games for Arsenal. I was at his first game when he came off the bench against Norwich and scored the equaliser and then the winner. I was at that game. It was mad. And do you know what? He should have bagged a hat-trick. The whole crowd was on their feet when he was jinking past everyone. But since then, he ain't really done much, has he? You know, and he ain't really had a great chance, if I'm being honest. So probably best for his career if he goes on loan. Do we have the best fullbacks in the league with Bellerin and Tierney? Well, Bellerin's definitely not the best right-back in the league. I think Alexander-Arnold is. I think Wan-Bissaka's better than him defensively. Offensively, I think Bellerin's better. But I'd say Bellerin's probably, I don't know, third or fourth best in the league. You could probably make a case for Kyle Walker being better than him. Tierney at left back. Robertson's the best left back in the world, in my opinion. So he ain't the best left back either. Other than that, you could argue he's probably second best in the league if we got Tierney. Don't know. Listen, you've got to wait and see what he does when he comes here. It's hard to assess a player who plays in a league that ain't that competitive. So, listen, he's looked outstanding in Scotland. And his stats are ridiculous in terms of goals and assists. I see a goal he scored earlier. He pinged one, top bins, postage stamp. Somebody put a clip, some of his best bits up on Twitter earlier. Bellerin can't cross. Do you know what, Josh? Yeah, last season his crossing actually got a lot better, and then he got injured. But it's more his defensive side of the game that winds me up because like he's always out of position. Yeah, and I know he bombs forward, but so does Alexander-Arnold. So does Kyle Walker, but they're never caught out of position as much as him. Troops rates are Iwobi higher than Rashford. Do you know what? I watched that, yeah? And he makes a good point, yeah? But most people won't agree. Link Up with Lee podcast name. So Sergio, 2 names already sorted, bruv, unfortunately. Do you know what? I just wanted to keep my name in the title. I was going to put one of the options as Gunner Bang, homage to the previous channel. But then I thought maybe if I put it on iTunes and Spotify and things like that, SoundCloud, it'd get a bit confusing if people wanted to subscribe because they're typing Gunner Bang or a name like Arse or Gunner Cast or whatever. They type that into YouTube, it might come up with something different. So I thought just keep it sweet and keep it with my name in it. But yeah, just coming back to Rashford and Iwobi, I think he made a good point. Yeah, I don't think he executed the point enough, like, and in the right way. But listen, big up Troops, man. I love that guy to bits, man. Proper nice guy. But I think he does have a point. Then Rashford ain't that much better than Iwobi. And if you look at their stats last season, we were playing an attacking midfielder on the left wing. They played him as striker most of the season under Ollie. Before that, he was playing left wing. So I don't know. It's all down to opinion and interpretation, isn't it? Are you going to be on AFTV next season, says Ganesh? If I'm allowed to go on and Robbie's happy to have me on to do fan cams at home games, yeah, cool, I'll go on, man. So yeah, I won't be doing away games. I ain't doing any away game next season unless we get to Europa League final, and then I'll come out the closet and go to that and be a glory hunter. But yeah, other than that, I'm not doing a single away game next season. Is Edu a good replacement for Sven Mislintat, says Shivam? I think Sven's massively overrated, if I'm being completely honest. Massively overrated. So time will tell whether Edu's better. But, you know, the first signing, which is basically an Edu signing, is Martinelli, and that guy got called up to train with the Brazil national team when he's in the 4th tier of Brazilian football. So you'd like to think that he's going to be better. So we shall see. Brent, thanks very much for your donation, mate. Iwobi and Rashford are both shit. I don't know. Listen, I quite like Iwobi, but I think he's completely wasted on the left wing. But I think that's maybe something Emery has done this season to say, look, go and learn the game out there. We'll play you more centrally next season. Go and learn how to try and take a man on and drop a shoulder and put a ball in the box. And from open play, Iwobi actually had more creative chances than anyone last season in our team. So there you go. I don't know. But yeah, I do kind of agree. Final third, he's not great, is he? And Rashford's just the Nigerian Ahmed Musa, mate. Yeah, not all that. Standards are falling off if you think Iwobi is good. Iwobi is good, Georgie. Yeah, he is good. He's one of the players that's scapegoated. Yeah, one of the players that's scapegoated. Listen, people like I'll give you an example. We played against Bournemouth away last season. Yeah, we're 1-0 up. He tried to do a step over in the box. They nicked the ball in their box in stoppage time. They break away and Josh King pings a 20-yard screamer. All Alex Iwobi's fault. Well, hang on, you've got to go past fucking 4 men to get to the goal. But it's all Alex Iwobi's fault. So, I don't know. I get why people don't rate him, but I personally think he's all right. I wouldn't say he's world class or anything stupid like that, but I think that he's a good player. And I think that the fact he's come through our youth setup is testament to him. Listen, to become a professional footballer at Arsenal, yeah, or any top tier team, you have got to sacrifice so much, yeah, and you've got to go through so much, and you have got to have levels. So, listen, fair play to him, man. He's made it. He's made it at Arsenal, and that ain't easy to do. And he's been here for what, 10 years now, 11, maybe 12 years. And good luck to him. I hope he smashes it next season. Right, let's do a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to get myself out of it. Nearly 900 people watching live. Please put a like on the video if you're enjoying the content. If you are new, subscribe. It is free. I am starting a podcast for those that don't know. For those that have joined late or haven't voted, go to the community setting on my channel and click for the name of the podcast. 2 of the blandest, most boring names ever. There was better names, but I wanted my name in the title so it didn't get confusing when people searched it if it was on iTunes or other platforms. Should we target silverware this season, says Ilias? I think we should target top 4 in a trophy, definitely. I think Europa League. I'd go all out for Europa League and top 4 again. Faithful David says, Lee, how are you doing? I'm very well, thank you, mate. I'm really, really good. I'm really good, mate. I hope you're well. Do you think we can win the Premier League in the next 10 years with our self-sustaining model, says Thierry? I think we can. I think we can. Listen, every single club's going down this self-sustaining model. That's why we moved from hybrid to be self-sufficient. We are. We moved from hybrid to be self-sufficient. That was the long-term plan. The owner of the football club, the current full owner of the football club, bought a stake in the club a year after we moved. He bought a 10 or 12% stake in a self-sufficient business model. So all these years later, everyone meltdown about, oh, he don't invest. Well, he was never going to invest. That was the model we wanted. And the board of directors we've got are the same board of directors that wanted the self-sufficient model all them years ago. They're still on the board. So he was the ideal owner for our model. The fact and reality is nobody could have ever seen Man City and Chelsea doing what they've done, and PSG. So now Arsenal fans have got a little bit, jealous, pissed off, whatever you want to call it, and have spat their dummies out and said, oh, well, we now need a sugar daddy, well, yeah, that's all well and good, but the club don't want it. So, you can't, it's all well and good moaning as fans, which is great. And I've had meltdowns. I've had rants before, even about the owner. On my previous channel 2 years ago, I've gone absolutely mad about him. But then when I sit back and take myself away from the situation and actually investigate the situation properly, he is what the club want. So, every single club's doing it. Name me a club in Europe that are spending more than their income. There ain't one. There ain't one. Man City, Chelsea, you can say both of them. They started throwing billions into it before financial fair play was a thing. They've then got that that core of players and that squad of players that it don't matter anymore. If you look how much money Chelsea have spent in the last 6-7 years, it ain't that much more than Arsenal. So yeah, TTID, shut up, you were talking waffle. Oh, you've been very naughty, my friend. I'm going to put you on timeout. Go and sit on timeout for 5 minutes. Very naughty. Very naughty. Naughty boy. Thoughts on Jared Bowen, says Mohammed Ibrahim. Well, somebody actually commented on my video, my daily transfer update about him, and he said that he watches lower league football and he's from up north and he watches Hull City. He said he ain't ready for the Premier League for Arsenal yet. So I'll take his word. I've not really seen him play, if I'm being honest. Have you met Ty from a.f.c, says Sheldon? Mate, I like Ty. Ty's sound. People say he's deluded and this and that. Yeah, the guy loves Arsenal. You cut him, he bleeds Arsenal, man. Yeah, the geezer's sound. So yeah. I swear, that's how I'm dealing with people now. You want to run your mouth to me in my chat. Very naughty. I'm going to just put you on timeout like I do my daughter when she's naughty. Yep, go to your bedroom. You're on timeout. So yeah, time them out. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you to over 800 people still watching live. Stick a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And I will be back at 9 o'clock. So thank you to everyone who's donated, everyone in the chat, everyone who's watched and liked and shared the content. I appreciate it. I will see you at 9. Laters. Peeps.